Welcome back, everybody, to Hayes Tech. Again, this is the channel where we pretty much go over anything tech, and I've got this really huge tech umbrella that encompasses everything from laptops to computers to cell phones to tablets, gadgets for your car or truck, musical instruments. Well, some musical, no, all musical instruments. What am I thinking? But on this video, we are going to be talking about an action camera. As you guys can see right here, this is the XTU S3. I can tell you guys right now that I am a huge fan of the cameras that XTU has for sale. I've tested the XTU X1 and the XTU S3, and both of those cameras were outstanding cameras with the highest check mark going to the XTU X1. But I do have to mention right off that XTU did contact me about reviewing this camera. And of course they said, would you like to partner or, do all that stuff? And I answered them back and said, thank you, but no thank you. Again, I don't do partnerships. I don't do any of that because I want to be able to be free to tell my audience what I truly think about the item that I'm reviewing, and you, my viewers, have come to expect that from me and this channel. So in this video, I'm going to give you my honest opinion of what I think about this camera. I'm going to install the app on my phone that controls this camera. I mean, you can control it like normal, but you can also use the app on your phone to control the camera, take your shots, change your settings, all of that stuff. So I will be showing you the app on the phone. Now I am going to try to make this as short a video as I can possibly make it because I know a lot of you do not like to watch long videos. So without further ado, what do you say we go ahead and show you a pretty cool camera by XTU. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and get into this. I have not opened up the box at all. Let me grab something so I can get the plastic off of it. I really wanted to open this thing up and play around with it. But again, like I've said so many times before, I don't like to do that. I like to give you my actual first impressions of what I think of, what I'm reviewing. So that's what we're going to do. So, get the plastic off of it. Quickly, I will go around the box and we will show you what's on it. This is a 4K 30 frames per second action camera. 4K 30 frames per second. 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi capability. It has a Sony MX386 processor. It remote control by using your phone, and I think they also have a little remote in there. And of course, a 13 mega amps rechargeable battery. And of course, if you guys want to read this, hit the pause button, and you guys can go ahead and scroll down through there and read the specifications. All right, what do you say we go ahead and open this up? And all you got to do is slide it out of its sleeve like this. There is the camera in its waterproof case. Unlike the XTU X1, you have to have this in its waterproof case if you're going to put it underwater, okay? It's made to be splash proof, get caught in the rain, just as it is, without it being in a case. Again, unlike the XTU X1, this one is not rated to 30 feet without any kind of external protection whatsoever, like the XTU X1. This one here, you have to have it in its case. My beverage of choice today. And no, they don't sponsor this, and they don't sponsor that, and nobody's sponsoring anything, alright? Just so you know. Again, I've already told you guys before, I don't do sponsorships, because I like to be able to be 100% factual with you all and give you my real opinion of the product that I'm reviewing. And the only way you can do that is if you go out and purchase the item yourself and you have real skin in the game, unlike somebody who had the item sent to them hoping that they were going to get a good review for the product, for them getting a free product. Again, I'm not like that. XTU knows that. Let me see, I've reviewed 2 of their cameras and 2 of their, well, 1 doorbell camera, and of course their solar powered 360 degree security camera. And man, that thing is still going strong. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a video on that here before too long, let you guys see what it looks like and how it works. I think we're into 2 years, 3 years later. It's still working just fine. So let's go ahead and get back into this. It's in its case right here, you can see. So that is the camera in its protective case. We'll put this over on the side. This is the user's manual, and I highly recommend that you do not get rid of this, because there's going to be many occasions you are going to want to come back to this to get yourself connected or learn how to use something. Don't get rid of that, guys. And it's nice that they actually give you a book instead of just a folded up piece of paper. First box, I'm not going to show you guys or go through every individual item, but what I'm going to do is just open the box, put it on the table, and let you see what all comes with the camera. Okay, these are cables and a cleaning cloth, a bicycle handlebar mount, and of course Velcro straps. That's what was in the first box. Second box. And again, remember, XTU, they don't give you a whole lot of attachments, but they do give you way more than what GoPro gives you. And they give you enough attachments that you will be able to use this camera first day, right out of the box, without having to go purchase a bunch of stuff. Now, if you want one of those chest rigs and stuff like that, you're going to have to go purchase that separately. But at least they give you the items that would attach to that chest rig. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, if you're motorcycling, bicycling, walking, backpacking, hiking, whatever, I highly recommend getting one of those chest rigs. They work great. They're a little bit warm, but they do work great. You have a case that is meant to hook to several different tripods. This is not waterproof. It just holds the camera. This is a swivel. More Velcro straps. This is a remote. This is what goes into base plates that the camera attaches to, that either this or this would attach to. But as you guys can see, quite a few things. Here is a little USB adapter dongle. We're going to read the instructions to find out what that is for. I'm pretty sure that's going to be important. And that is USB-C, so good on them for that. A lot of these cameras are still using the old technology with the old USB that you had to feel for the bumps on one side. So that's what comes with this camera. Alright, let's go ahead and get it out of its waterproof case. You know, it's the normal waterproof case that you get with all the other budget action cameras, but it seems to be built pretty strong, so give them kudos on that. We will go ahead and pull off the little covers that they have protecting the screen from getting scratched. So there they are. Now the way you open this is you push that way and slide it. There you go. There's a battery in it, but I'm sure it has no power. Let's go ahead and power it on to find out. Alright, there's no juice in that, so, but I do happen to have a battery from the S3. Oh, and by the way, everybody, it is so hot today. I've got a fan running over there, so you may hear a fan in the background. I do apologize for that. Okay, I got a battery from my XTU S3. It does have that little cutout in it. That one goes in. So let's see how this powers up. Okay, so this is the power up button. And of course you're greeted with the setup. We are going to pick... Okay, so basically, there it is, guys. I can see this is going to be a long video. So what do you say we go ahead and put a SD card in this right now and show you guys what this looks like. Okay, so I can use the app on my phone to start and stop recording. Again, the mic is from the camera. What you're hearing, the audio, is coming from this camera. Okay, I'm going to hit stop record. Okay, first test I'm doing in the house, not with any studio lights, but just kind of like underneath my kitchen lights. Using the built-in microphone, no external mic. And we'll see what this looks like. I'm shooting 4K 30. And I have the segments for 5-minute clips. I wish they would have this unlimited, but from what I see, it says auto, 1, 3, and 5 minutes. Those are your choices. So the next thing we're going to do is probably take it outside and give it a test. Alright, well, what do you say we take this outside and see what it looks like out in beautiful weather? Alright, quickly I wanted to show you guys the app that goes with the XTU S6. Here is the S6. Alright guys, I wanted to show you the app real quick for the XTU S6. It's called XTU Go. I'm going to go ahead and power up. Hit next. Turn on the camera. Choose and tap Wi-Fi. So we're going to go into settings. Wi-Fi. Turn it on. I'm going to go into my Wi-Fi settings. Look for the Wi-Fi. We are going to pick the XTU cam. Now, it is connected because I already used it once, but you would type in the password. You would type in the password to that, which is basically just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think, or might even stop 7. It tells you on here. Okay, enter camera, and as you can see, there it's looking at me. Now there is a slight delay from the camera to the app, but I mean it is perfectly usable. And if you want to record, you hit record. Okay, so it is recording. I have it set at 5-minute intervals, but there you go. I mean, you can see it's real easy. If I want to stop recording, I just hit stop, and it stopped recording. You can view your album. It says I don't have anything. Okay, photos, HD, photos, collection, camera. Okay, these are the files I have so far in the camera. If you enter the camera and go up to here, these are all the settings, which are basically the same settings that you would find in here under camera settings. But these are all the same settings. You got your resolution again, you know, from 4K 30 all the way down to 720p 30. They have 720p 240 frames per second for slow motion. 1080p, the highest frame rate you can go for that is 120. And then I would say if you're going to go slow motion videos, shoot in 1080p. But I use 4K 30. Segments, I have it set for 5 minutes. And, you know, audio, video encode, LCD, you know, there you go. I'm not going to go deep into the settings on this, but I wanted to show you the app because I think the app is really good because, again, you can control it. You can turn it between video and camera if you want. Again, you can take pictures with it. You can start and stop recordings with it. So the app does work very well. So what do you say we take this thing outside and see what it looks like if you were going to vlog with it or something? Oh, and to change from the back to the front screen, yeah, press and hold this button here. And it switches to the front screen. So there you go. All right, what do you say we go ahead and take this thing outside and see what it does outdoors? Okay, I brought the XTU X6 outside. Man, it's hot out here, but it is beautiful out. Sun is shining, and it's the best place to review a camera like this. Now, right now, I'm using an app on my phone, as you guys can see right there, and I'm using it to make sure that I'm centered up in the shot. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how you can use this camera as if you were vlogging with it, like I'm doing right now. Then I'm going to take it for a walk, because right now I have the image stabilization turned off. Okay, it is completely off. And I wanted to show you something. I found out that when the image stabilization is turned on, you cannot hit the plus sign on the screen and zoom in while recording and zoom back out. Anytime that image stabilization or EIS is turned on, that feature is shut off on this camera. Now, the X1 did not shut that feature off anytime you were recording with image stabilization. I do remember that. So that's one thing you do lose on this. The other thing that I think would be awesome that they would do is to have that front screen where you could touch it. So you could, you know, hit that plus and minus, because that plus sign shows on the front screen. But the front screen does not have any touch capabilities. I did take it down to the river earlier today, but I had all kinds of issues and nothing recorded properly. So I have to reshoot this whole thing, which doesn't make me mad because now I can make sure that everything is set up properly. I've actually got my glasses this time. Everything is set up. I'm using the app at the same time. I can see exactly how long the video is going for. Another thing, XTU. Could you put a setting on your next camera that you make that has an unlimited recording? Basically, it'll record until you hit stop or the battery dies. That would be awesome. Only giving us 1, 3, and 5 minute increments and then auto, it's just not enough, okay? Yeah, it's great to have real short, quick, you know, little clips. But if you're vlogging with this camera, you want it to be able to record for longer than 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and take this for a real quick walk, and I'll let you guys see what it looks like as if you're vlogging with it. Okay, right now I just wanted to show you, before we go for a real quick walk around here, let you see what this looks like. I'm going to show you the zoom in features on it. Now again, it only works from the rear of the camera. It doesn't work if you're using the front facing camera. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Right now we are in the widest view that it has. We're going to hit the plus button. It is still recording, so I'm going to hit plus. It's not going to let me. Okay, so apparently I can't zoom in while it's recording. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. We are recording. I'm going to see if I can do this while it's recording. Yep. See, you can zoom in while you are recording. You can't do it if you're using the app on your phone, though. I did find that out. Okay, that's as far zoomed in as it will go. I'm going to zoom back out. I'm going to move and give you a different view. Zoom in. So there you guys go. You can see, again, you can zoom in while recording, but you can't if you have it connected to your app. I didn't see any buttons on the app that left you zoom in or zoom out. So again, if I'm wrong, You know, XTU, you can show me about it, but what do you say we go ahead and take this for a real quick vlog, or use it like an action camera? Okay, we are gonna go for a real quick walk and let you guys see what it looks like if I'm gonna use this as, say, a vlogging camera. This is what it would look like. No image stabilization. Then I'm going to go ahead and turn the image stabilization on and let you guys see what that looks like. Because believe me, I can put image stabilization to the test. Okay, so now I have the image stabilization turned on, and we're going to let you see what that looks like. Again, I am walking, and I really wobble because of my right side being well, I can't feel my right side because of my second stroke, but it is what it is. I can really test one of these cameras' image stabilization, so there you go. But this is what it would look like if you were walking and vlogging. So now we're going to turn it around and let you guys see what it looks like as if you were using it for like an action camera. Okay, this is what it would look like as if you were using it for, you know, just a standard camera or an action camera, you know, in the front of your bike or your motorcycle or whatever. This is the view you'll get. Again, you can't zoom in unless you have the image stabilization turned off. There is one more setting that's called Super, so that really smooths things out. I don't like that setting. I would rather have it on this one. I think this does a good job. But honestly, I really think that the budget action cameras of today are really competing and doing a good job against what GoPro's putting out and DJI is putting out. So, I mean, there you go. That is what it would look like using it as just a camera, an outdoor camera. Again, you could use this to use as your main camera indoors as long as you had good lighting. So there is one of my main cameras. Okay, so I did take a lot of notes for the XTU S6, and I wanted to go over them right now. Now, I did have a couple things that I didn't like, and I'm going to bring that up because every camera that I do a review on, there are certain things that I just don't like about them, and it's really no fault of the camera manufacturer. Everybody's got their personal preferences, and that's the way it is. But I'm going to go over that, and then I'm going to tell you what I liked about it. This does take the same batteries as the S3, but it will not take batteries from the X1. They actually have a little cutout in the very bottom corner of the battery, and the S1 does not. It would be great if they didn't have that in there, because I have several batteries for my S1, and it's broken now. So I can't use the batteries out of my S1, and it would be great if I could use those batteries on this camera, but I can't. This only comes with one battery and no, charger that you can plug the battery into and plug it into the wall. You physically have to put a cable, plug it into the camera, and then plug that into the wall and charge it inside the camera. The S3 came with an external charger. This one should have come with one too. Now, you can order an external little charger and extra batteries from their site, but again, it would have been great had they provided that with the camera. At least 2 batteries. Every camera should come with 2 batteries. The external mic that plugged into the XTU X1 does not work on this camera. There's no place to plug it in. I'm not even sure if you can get an external microphone for this. I'll have to look on the site. If I find the answer, I'll put it up here somewhere. XTU, if you want to, you can chime in the comments section below and let people know. But it would have been great had I been able to plug that microphone into the USB-C port on the side, just like you could on the XTU X1. This camera doesn't come with a lens cap. Now, the XTU X1 and the XTU S3 both had lens caps, which I thought was a great idea. None of the other action cameras I bought GoPro, DJI, none of them come with, you know, a camera lens cap. That's awesome that XTU is doing that. I wish they would have kept doing it with this one, but they didn't. You know, that's the way it is, but it would have been nice had they sent this with one of those little slip over lens caps. Now, again, those are nitpicking things. The things I liked about it, the app works great. Guys, you did an outstanding job with the app. Now, I wish I could take and use the app to zoom in on items, you know, while I'm recording. You might be able to. I didn't try using the app with the image stabilization turned off, but I wish they would allow this to zoom in and zoom out with image stabilization enabled. As far as the app goes, guys, don't change anything. You did an outstanding job. The last thing I did want to mention is when image stabilization is turned on at any level, whether it's your normal or your higher than normal, again, you lose that ability to plus and minus zoom in and zoom out. Again, these are nitpicking items. Overall, I think the image quality coming from this camera is outstanding. Look at me sweating, my goodness. Here you guys go. This is from my Panasonic 4K video camera with a Leica Dicomar lens. I mean, this is an $800 camera on sale all day long. This is a about $130 action camera. What do you think? I think the image on this is outstanding. Your image stabilization, again, it might not be GoPro, you know, but it's pretty dang close to GoPro. So, can I recommend the XTU S3 to any of you out there? I'd have to say absolutely. Now, with that being said, the only thing that I'm worried about is, again, look at my XTU X1, it just died on me. Now remember, I abused the living load out of that camera because I was testing it. I wanted to see how far I could push it. So it might not have been the camera's fault. It might have been something I did, you know, just out of abuse. I don't know. I loved that camera. The XTU S3, that camera's still working today. The only thing that is wrong with it is the battery door compartment on the bottom, where it curls over and has a latch, that busted off. So I can still use it, but I have to actually physically hold the door shut while I'm recording, or else it, you know, the battery wants to come unconnected. And of course the camera shuts down and you lose everything. Again, I abused that camera in testing as well. You know, jamming it underwater, it was hitting rocks, all kinds of things. Now, I did put this camera over here through some pretty good testing. But I didn't go crazy with it because, again, this, you have to put in an underwater camera case in order to test it underwater. All right, we're going to take this out in the water, and I'm going to let you see what it looks like underwater. It is in its case, too. So I have to use audio. My wife and Ziggy. See the minnows. Ooh, that's cold. Okay, let's put her under the water. And this is what it looks like under the water. Try to walk over here where it's a little deeper. Maybe. Ooh, yeah, no, this is deep enough. The water's too cold. All right, guys, this is what it looks like using it as an underwater camera. I think it's still recording. Yep, it's still recording. So, take it out. Okay, that's pretty much all I needed. It is what it is. But from what I can see so far, yes, I can definitely highly recommend purchasing this camera. All right, guys, that's it. I was going to take it inside, and I was going to do, you know, a big closer and do something different and blah, 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 and add a bunch of that. And add a whole bunch of extra to the video. But I think this video should have given you quite a good look at the camera and most of its features. If you would like me to do a video on showing you all the settings and going in depth, putting, you know, this camera on a tripod, putting my Canon camera zoomed in on it so it takes up the whole screen, and we'll go through all the settings, I'll show you everything. Let me know down below if you want to see all that, and I will do a separate video for you if you want to see that. As far as it goes, I do want to get that video made putting my Martin guitar I just bought, my HD28V up against my Recording King RD328, because I'm probably going to be selling the Recording King and the Alvarez, so I want to get that video done quick. But I promised XTU that I would get this video done as soon as I could schedule it in. And again, guys, XTU, all they did was give me this camera. I'm not getting paid by XTU. They have no control over what I say about their camera. They just said, if I have any questions, please ask them first so they can straighten out maybe some issues I might have found. And again, I would want the same thing, but they didn't direct me on how to make this video or what I could say. So this video is not sponsored by XTU. All right, that's pretty much it. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Try to get out and enjoy the summer while it's lasting. I know the world is pretty crazy right now, but say hi to your neighbors. You know, it doesn't hurt. Trust me, it'll give them a smile. All right, guys, that's all I have. I'll see you all on the next one.